This is going to be a very short video, but I wanted to come here to bring you an update involving the Camille McKinney case and these two individuals that were, as far as we know, responsible for her death. So now the charges have pretty much been upped for these two. These two right here, Patrick Stallworth and Derick Irisha Brown, have both been charged with capital punishment with the death of Camille McKinney. I say, so be it. And you know, when it comes to capital punishment, that usually is attached to the death penalty. So if they are found guilty under that capital punishment, they're most likely going to get the chair. Let me go ahead and read this article. It says a 39-year-old Birmingham man and a 29-year-old woman have been charged with capital murder in the high-profile disappearance and slaying of Camille Cupcake McKinney. Birmingham police detectives on Thursday presented their evidence against Patrick Devone Stallworth and his girlfriend Derick Irisha Brown to the Jefferson County District Attorney Office. District Attorney Danny Carr said warrants were issued against Stallworth and Brown for capital murder of a child under the age of 14. If convicted, both could face the death penalty. Both are held without bond in the Jefferson County Jail. Our thoughts and prayers continue to be with the family as they grieve the loss of Camille. It says Alabama death row inmates are only allowed 1 hour a day in the prison yard, weather permitting. So basically, they're basically telling them what their fate is most likely going to be. And I hope that they do find these two guilty. So it seems to me that they have enough evidence to prove that these were the two that were involved with this young girl's death. Now, some people were saying maybe there could be some other people, and it possibly could be, because when I was looking at that video, she was wandering by herself. Well, she wasn't by herself, but she was with another child, but she wasn't with another adult. But at the same time, like I said, she was just wandering. It looks like nobody was watching her. I hope that nobody in the family was involved, because, you know, some people will sacrifice their children for some insurance. But as far as we know, these are the two that are responsible for this girl's disappearance and her death. What I am worried is that something else could have happened to her while they were with her. After all, she was missing for 10 days before they found her. So you never know what that could possibly be. But should these two be found guilty, I say good. I have a feeling the world will be better without them. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments, and I'll talk to you in the next one. I was going to have this be a separate video, but I just received this story from Caressa McKnight, and I'm going to decide to put these two stories together. So you just heard the part about the two being charged with capital punishment, and I already did that part. But this part right here is going to talk about the cause of death for Camille McKinney. So according to this article coming from abcnews.go.com, Camille suffered from asphyxiation. So basically, she was choked, pretty much choked to death or strangled to death. It was basically a loss of breath, that the blocking of the air passage for her to breathe. That's what was the cause of death. So it sounds to me like these two individuals either strangled her to death or put something over her to smuggle her to basically have her not be able to breathe, and that's how they killed her. So I'm going to go ahead and read this article and see what else they say. It says a 3-year-old girl who was found dead in a dumpster in Alabama died of asphyxiation, as it was revealed in court on Friday. The remains of 3-year-old Camille Cupcake McKinney were discovered Tuesday in a landfill not far from where the little girl was abducted. At the arraignment of the two suspects on Friday, a judge read warrants that included McKinney's cause of death. Patrick Stallworth and Derick Irisha Brown have been charged with capital murder on a victim less than 14 years of age. During the arraignment on Friday, Stallworth asked the judge why he was being charged with murder. Are you serious? Did he really just ask that? And the judge responded that he will learn more at the preliminary hearing. Stallworth said that he will be hiring his own attorney, while Brown will be using a public defender who were previously appointed to her for an unrelated matter. Stallworth and Brown were initially named persons of interest in Camille's disappearance, and they were both arrested last week on unrelated charges. Stallworth was arrested on child porn charges, and Brown was jailed for violating probation conditions on a previous kidnapping charge. That motherfucker had the nerve to ask why he was being charged with murder. When you tack on the charges he had before this with the child porn and the fact that this little girl is dead and they were listed as persons of interest for her murder, why would you even ask something like that? And the thing is, now that we know that how she died, I'm almost certain that DNA will probably clear this right on up. First off, I'm gonna just say it like this. I hope they got the right people, because I would hate to believe that her killer is still out there. I hope to God they have the right individuals in this case. I hope that they didn't mess this one up. I really do. But I'm gonna end it again right here. As far as this go, it's really sad that this little girl had to go out this way. Clearly, anyone who suffers from asphyxiation definitely suffered greatly, and she was only 3 years old, so it probably didn't even take them long for them to do it, and it wasn't hard for them to do it because she was young. So it's not like she could have really fought them off. She didn't have that much strength to overpower these two. You had the strength of the guy, and then you had the strength of the woman and her fat ass. I wouldn't be surprised if she helped assist in strangling into making this girl suffocate by sitting on her. I wouldn't be surprised. But I'm going to end it right here. And if there is any more details that come, I will definitely speak on it, and you will find out about it first.